So we decided to do a full-on critter cruise since it's Friday night, and you can tell when everybody gets paid because a lot of people respond to my ads. There they are. So like I'll get texts early in the morning, and sometimes I get the guy that like calls me, and he's in like Maryland or something like that, and he's like, "What's up, bro? I got speaker problems." I'm like, "Oh no." Like, no, text me. That's how you can tell if somebody's genuine about if they just want some attention or if they really have a problem, because a lot of people I'll say, "Hey, can you text me?" And they go, "Sure, man." And they're like, you can hear the disappointment in their voice. And then what do you know? They don't text me. So I'm like, no. Like if I have time for it, like if I'm in the car or something like that, that's fine. Or like even now, if I got a call, like maybe. It's kind of late though. So I work a lot. I work a lot more than most people. You know, what's funny is I would love to say my dad worked a lot, but come to find out he drank a lot. That's what he really did. So picked up that little, what is this? It's an 8 iron. It's an 8 iron. So it's good for golfing. I would never use it to harm somebody or threaten a person of the wild into doing the right thing. I don't know what you call a homeless person. You're not supposed to call them homeless now. Like somehow that's some sort of derogatory term. Oh, just like I was listening to what I've been noticing on like home improvement shows, they say the primary bedroom instead of the master bedroom. I was like, oh, okay. They're like, well, it's a little sensitive for certain people that come from a background of slavery. I'm like, well, I guess that is true, but just because people talk about drunks doesn't mean I get all offended about my long line of drunk, broke people that I come from. So, but whatever. I'll do my best to call it the primary bedroom. So, and if we ever get a big house with a small house, I won't call that the servants' quarters. I'll call it the pool boy house. Grandma house, granny house, mother-in-law house, whatever. It's a little tiny one. So we'll do a full critter cruise, basically live. Sometimes I just like to do pre-recorded just in case something, not everything needs to be broadcast onto the internet for the world to see. Although here in Arizona, what was her? I forgot her name already, but it was a husband and wife duo in Havasu that I think she teaches 8th grade and whatever. I guess he's a teacher, but they both got fired because of their content on OnlyFans, which I was like, well, that's kind of fucked up. And then the story goes on to talk about how they made movies at school, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I would have fired him for that. It's like, you having your own life, whatever, you're a sexual being, we're all sexual beings. That's how we keep the species going. It's fine, I don't have any judgments on that, but when you start, when you start abusing school property, public property, then that's a problem. So you don't need to do that. That's egregious. So I've been using Duolingo to study Espanol. I think it will help me make more friends and get ripped off less when I go into areas that speak Spanish. And I also always felt disabled and just white as fuck whenever I go to Mexico and try to talk to people. I feel like a big dummy, you know, gordo gringo that, you know, I'm here to just pay for everybody's stuff. It's like, no. So, but I've always wanted to learn Spanish. It was funny, I have one of my clients came over today, and he's like, why do you want to learn Spanish? I was like, and I told him all the reasons, and he's like, I guess those are good reasons. I was like, yeah. I go, well, to me, it's like a magical language that if I can unlock, it leads to treasure and freedom. Lord knows, I might have to, you know, move there one day to live. It's always something to think about and consider. Let's see if that guy came back. I don't see him so far.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope, he didn't.
So. Oh, by the way, they decided to post the building for sale. It's 2.3. Not that a factory really needs to be in a retail location like that is. It's kind of a bad place for manufacturing to be. It sort of unnecessarily raises the price of the building. But I think there's room to, again, negotiate on the price if you want to. I think it's 6,000 square feet factory location. So I'll put a post. Tattoo shop, whatever that is. What, 2.3 for that?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think it should be about half that, but if they're asking that much, they, you know, you got to look at the comps. Look at the comps. Look at the comps in the area. So, the place next to me sold for 1.2. So that would make my estimate of the property that I'm on accurate when I placed it at $950 and was asking $950, and then Jennifer, the realtor, told me that I was being too greedy because I didn't want to share half the profits with the former owner, who decided she wanted more money out of the deal. She's like, I want half the profits. I was like, no. And she's like, okay, then you get nothing. I was like, oh, okay. And she kept her word on that. So I got nothing. And then all my massage place closed up. They were doing demo on it today. So a lot of loads. Not just mine. I was just thinking about all the other loads that got dropped in there. You know, wear your shoes, guys. Don't take off your shoes. Your socks will get covered with jizz crumbs. I don't know where they're going. Retards. We're on a critter cruise. We are patrolling. It's Friday night. Everybody got paid. Gonna come back and get that Arizona. Oh no, it's it. I thought it was that Arizona iced tea. It's funny, I saw this homeless dude standing over here on this corner next to this United Beauty Supply, and he wouldn't make eye contact with me. Like, somehow if he didn't make eye contact with me, like he was invisible or something. I was like, okay. Like, I don't understand that, but okay. I saw they had garlic and a bunch of what looked like fresh fruits out in front of the 99-cent store.
Oh yeah,
I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the last time we came by, they had stuff out front.
Yeah. Well, it just, you know, it attracts people that, you know, instead of just buying 2-year-old peanut butter, you know. But it's good for 3 years. You're like, yeah, I know. So we always find a lot of people out here dumpster diving. Oh, and I was telling Grady, I did a critter cruise the other day, but I didn't record it because I didn't think it was that exciting. And I like I said, I found the bicycle frame in the bushes along with a bunch of tire stuff. And then like, it was weird. It was like a cement sack full of donuts. And the only reason I call it a cement sack is because it was like 3 layers thick of paper, which I didn't understand. That you don't go over there. Just go to the left. We can look in the back. I just thought it was weird. It was full of bugs.
I think it was a flour bag.
Maybe. I've never seen a flour bag. So. And I did that to cross out the graffiti. So.
I feel just a little cold.
A little bit. It's a little nipply. Or a freezy cold. That Gene likes that one. When I came up with that one. See, it's freezy cold. Like somebody made a donation. See what we got. Hello? No. I don't see nothing.
Right.
Not that I like to see big poops, but I do get impressed by big poops.
Do you want to go up front or just go?
No, just go in the back. That's fine. This was a short critter cruise. I just wanted to follow up with that guy to make sure he didn't wait for us to leave and then come back. Yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of cold out tonight, but again, that's the whole point, is to make it tough for people. We did the same thing to Sherry's sister. So she kept wanting favors, and she kept being more and more irresponsible with the favors that we did give her. And then come to find out, then she confesses to, abusing opiates. And, even though she had her children with her and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, and I tell Sherry all the time, like, Sherry doesn't ask for help. And the problem with not asking for help is it doesn't make you tough, right? That's what they tell you in the military. Or at least that's what their dad told them. No, asking for help is important to help you manage your life. It doesn't make you incompetent for asking for help. So, but her sister refused to ask for help, and her life became completely unmanageable. And then that's how we ended up with custody of, or at least temporary custody of my niece, Everly. So, and she's still butthurt. Hey! She's still butthurt about that. So, because she's still having to jump through hoops. She's really upset that I took the baby to get tested for STDs out of my pocket. It was like $250. But I thought that was better than the baby contracting an STD and then it sterilizing her. And she couldn't grow up and have babies. So, but the price I paid for that one is being ostracized by the family. Like that was, that is right now being unforgiven, which I think is funny because I thought that was the responsible thing to do. When mom, does so much heroin that she blacks out, and the baby is old enough to get out of her bed and can't wake up mama, and she's bringing over men that aren't her husband, and of course she doesn't share any of those secrets with us about how bad it really was. Hey bud. She doesn't share any of those secrets with us about how bad it really was. And I don't know, I was just really concerned about my niece, and I couldn't live with myself if I didn't do the right thing, and if I didn't do something to prevent that or stop it from infecting her body. So, but that was a whole ordeal, and I'd love to share. Actually, there was a lady today that it was my opening video on TikTok when I was at lunch, and sure, I don't see anybody.
Just a kitty cat.
Yeah. So, but it was a great video on TikTok that she's in Kansas, and I don't know how old she was when it happened, but she basically outs. Yeah, I picked up all the trash here.
Oh, good.
So, I know there's those people that drink coffee in the morning while they're waiting for the school bus, and then they just throw it on the ground like a bunch of idiots. So, anyways, I'll put a link to in the description of the TikTok. She was outing all the people who basically railroaded her into going back and forcing her to live with her abuser that was sexually assaulting her, and how they brought in experts in family court to testify that they felt that abandonment or neglect is worse than being sexually assaulted. I disagree. I think being alone is, I was neglected. Can you go check? I was neglected. It wasn't that bad. We had a really good time. We did, I have a lot of stories to show for it. But it was way better than being sexually, fucking assaulted, for sure. I let the military do that. I said, your butthole's too small. Let's make it bigger. So I don't see anybody. Check the alley. Nothing. Good news. Cigarette juice. So, but anyways, not all heroes wear capes, man. Sometimes they take a toddler to the fucking doctor to get tested for sexually transmitted diseases, and then the family doesn't forgive them for whatever that bad thing was. It's ridiculous. So, but that's it for the Critter Cruise, guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe. It's fucking hard to buy a pumpkin pie at Costco right now. You got to go the first thing in the morning, and that means people are partying and drinking and all this kind of stuff. It was funny, Curtis came over to borrow the fire barrel that I made out of a laundry, washing machine?
Uh-huh.
Because the bowl in it, the barrel in it is stainless, so it makes a really good fire barrel. But well, I ended up giving it to him because we got the big 50-gallon. If we really want to have a fire, which sounds really great right now, burn some of that scrap wood I got. But also, if anybody in the Phoenix area wants any scrap wood for fires, please let me know, because the truck is loaded with it, and I will deliver for $20. So it'll be a fun little outing for me and the wife. Sometimes being the hero in your life, in your own life, is, yeah, I've cleaned up all that cat shit. It's messy.
What's messy?
Doing the right thing.
Oh.
Doing the right thing is fucking messy, man. But if you don't do it, nobody else will, typically. And again, I would much rather live with these consequences than knowing that I could have done something and I didn't. That's terrible. That is a fucking terrible feeling. So, but anyways, oh, that's what I was going to tell you about Curtis. It's funny. I don't really care about the holidays. To me, it's just whatever. It's just the ideas behind it, I think, are worth entertaining and worth exploring. I was telling Sherry the other day about, like, there's nothing wrong with worshiping the sun, because in order to worship the sun, you're providing acts of gratitude and sacrifice and those things. But when you literally worship the sun, that's what the problem is. And that goes with any religion or even anything, when you're missing the whole reason why you're doing stuff. So, and it can be Catholicism, it could be Mormonism, it doesn't matter what it is. There is something behind what you're doing. Just like, Jesus taught in parables because even his own fucking disciples wouldn't fucking listen. He's like, you guys are idiots, you're not listening. So, and when you have that spirit and you're sharing with other people, don't get mad when people aren't receptive. You just keep going and just do your thing, be your hero in your life, and make your life the best you can. And when you start cleaning up your own bedroom, your own room, like Jordan Peterson talks about, you're gonna get some blowback. There's gonna be some people go, who the fuck do you think you are? Where do you think you're going? You think you're so fucking special? You're gonna get that. So, and I wish somebody would have told me that when I started my journey in Omega Vector. But they don't, and that was one of the issues that I had with them, with Omega Vector in my latter days with them. I finally went through the Omega 4 program, which was their highest program. Turns out it was just it was recycled program material from previous stuff. I had already been through that, and I ended up exploiting it and making it really exciting for a lot of the people, very memorable. And just like when I went through that experience, there was a guy that he wasn't doing it on purpose. He was just simply pointing something out, and he made the event memorable, and that was not present in this one. And so I took his place, and I simply pointed out and presented that viewpoint. So, but one of the things that I wanted to do with the next level of Omega Vector, because I thought it should be squared, because there's something that George used to talk about, there's a certain type of person that grows exponentially in our society, and they are the ones that support the rest of society. Most people die in debt, and then there's a very few, like bourgeoisie people, that die breaking even, and then there's a very tiny percent of the population that are exponential. And so I wanted to sort of mirror that, and I wanted the levels to be called 1, 2, 4, and then 16. And the lady that's in charge of it right now disagreed with that, and I also wanted to do a bunch of live stuff that would have paid off during the pandemic, where it's mostly homework. It's mostly about helping people get to the point where they can have time to help other people. Just like today, when I was out in the middle of the day, and I did some yard work a little bit, and I also was like cleaning up trash and things like that in my community. And it's not that I'm fucking anywhere near retired, but I have the same freedoms as a retiree does. And I would love to help people get to that point. And that's basically what I do with Robot. Is, again, our goal is to help people make $1,000 a week at home so that you can stay home with your family. And that, I realized later that that's kind of what I wanted to do with the Omega Vector program. And so I actually reserved omega16.org and I think .com. And so I would still love to do something like that. I'm not sure how that would fare well with the lady that's running Omega Vector right now. So again, you don't want to contaminate or dilute brands and things like that. So as a joke, I used to tell her that Omega 256 was going to be on the moon. So I'll see you guys on the moon. I love you. Happy Thursday. What is today?
Today is the 11th.
Happy Veterans Day. And again, thank me for my service. Love you. Bye.